Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the 1956 Packard 400. If you have a 55 or a 56 Packard, you might have this problem with your vent windows where it gets stuck and it does not want to open. We're going to go over how to repair that and get things back so they work as they should. So we'll be taking off this part here first. There are 5 screws on the top, small one, 4 longs. There should be a small one right here that on this particular car is missing, hence the reason why this thing kind of moves back and forth here. But this one is a very small screw. If it's there, I'm going to have to replace that. We'll go ahead and take that off. So bag all these things here. Don't want to lose anything. Now the problem with the vent windows is a bushing right on the inside of here. So in this little sleeve is a plastic bushing. You can kind of see if you look closely, there are some pieces of it that are broken off. That bushing is toast. So we need to get the vent window out, and then we can remove that bushing and replace it with a reproduction. All right, we're going to go ahead and start by getting this screw out right here. And this is what tightens up that bushing and controls how stiff the vent window is. Next thing we'll do is we'll go up here. We're going to peel back the weather strip gently. And we are going to expose this flathead screw right here. And get the rest of this off. So right there. So we'll get this out all the way. This is the upper pivot for the vent window. There we go. And now we're going to turn this thing out and we're going to start working it to the outside here. There we go. So I'm out on the top and we are still connected on the bottom. I don't want to lose these things down here. So I'm going to carefully hold on to them while I work the window up and out. There we go. Okay, so vent window is out. Now this little piece right here, that's a stop. We need to make sure that we don't lose that down the door. And now we're going to take out the bushing and the sleeve that it goes in. Now it is a little too tight as it stands right now. I'm getting it out from in between here. You can see how there's an interference. What I'm going to do here is just bend out this tab ever so slightly, just enough to get it out, and we'll push it back afterwards. So this is the cheating way of doing it, and this will have no effect on the function of the door or the fit of the upper panel or anything of that sort. But we'll just bend that out enough to allow room to get this thing out with. You can see how the bushing is totally snapped and blown out. The other side was worse. There we go. And grab these extra pieces there. Okay, and there's our sleeve. All right, so we have a new reproduction bushing right here, made out of plastic, and that is going to go in the sleeve with the split in the bushing facing the front of the car. And the sleeve sits in the door like this. And then we'll put the vent window back in and this should do the trick. So we'll go ahead and just kind of slide this thing back in. All right, there we go, got that set. We're gonna go ahead and put our stop back on there, and that sits just like that. Be careful not to drop that. And now we're going to slide back our vent window here. So I'm going to have to turn the bushing here to match. And we'll try to guide this in. This is probably the most annoying part, and there we go, got it to slide down. Okay, so that's in. Now we're going to gently slide in the upper edge here. I'm going to fold over this weather stripping so we don't bend it in. And we'll pop that in, there we go. And just double check, make sure that everything is fitting. There. Okay, now we're in. And double check the weather stripping so we haven't folded anything over, all good. Put in the upper pivot. And glue that weather strip back down. I'm going to leave it in place for now. And then we will get our tension screw here for the sleeve and get that tightened up. And let's test it. Got full range of motion now. And you can tighten the screw up to increase the tension if you want to. So just give it a feel, see how everything feels there. I'm going to go a little tighter. Looks good. Okay, and that's it. So it's not a hard thing to replace and works great. So I will leave a link in the description to where you can buy these. These were designed and fabricated by Pittsburgh Ultramatic and makes some great parts. So if you have this problem on your 55 or 56, it's an easy replacement. Highly recommend that you do it. This little tab right here that I bent out, you can knock that back in if you feel so inclined. It's really not an issue. The trim covers this up completely. As long as you don't bend it right where the hole is at for the screw to mount, you're good to go. And that's it.